What's up guys, it's me Eric B and welcome back to the channel. We're currently at Fort Campbell Auto Sales here in Clarksville, Tennessee. We're going to be doing a first ride on this 2020 Ducati Monster 1200S, and man, looking at this thing, it looks really nice. I don't have really too much experience with Monsters or anything like that, and this is the 1200S, so this thing is nice, man. The color, the trellis frame, the red accents on the wheels, even the little carbon pieces right here look really good. You get the O-lean suspension front and rear, so as you guys can see here. I'm trying to walk around show you some of the details. You get the O-leans. You even get the Brembo M50 monoblock calipers on here. Looks really good. I even like the stock exhaust and everything as well. But yeah guys, we are going to get this thing out on the road, talk about it a little bit, but before we do that, as always, let's cut to the B-roll. All right, let's get going. Let's give you another start up here. Nice. All right, not too bad. Well, let's see which way do we want to go today. We'll take a left. Okay, so already right off the bat, the ergonomics on this bike feel really nice. As I said, or if I don't remember if I said it or not, if you're into sport bikes but you want a more comfortable position and everything, this is what you go for, right? You go for a naked bike. Still gives you that sporty sport bike feel, but you get a more upright position because of the handlebar position, the way that the seat sits and the pegs and everything like that, and this feels really good. All right, let's see how these brakes feel. Not too bad. All right, so this bike has a very smooth throttle from what I'm feeling so far. You know, it's not too jerky or snatchy when you first start off. Again, what you're looking for when you want a more relaxed, laid back type bike. It feels really docile, you know, it's not too crazy. It's really comfortable, believe it or not. You know, and I'm coming straight from my Ducati Panigale 1199. I also have the RS660, which isn't too bad, but a little bit more aggressive than this. And the Ducati Panigale 1199 is really a lot more aggressive than this. Oh, okay. Nice. So, this does have a quick shifter up and down, which is really nice. This thing has a lot of nice features on it. So you do get O-lean suspension, front and rear on this bike. You do get ABS, and then you do get the Brembo brakes, and I want to say these are the M50 monoblock calipers, which are really nice. You know, Brembo master cylinder and everything on here. So you are getting a premium Monster when you get this bike. You know, there's different levels. I'm not certain of all the different ones. I think there's like, I want to say one that's in the 700s, 800s, and then you get to the 1200. And if I'm wrong, definitely correct me down in the comments below, guys. This is my first time on a Monster, and I'm liking it so far. The controls seem pretty simple and everything. As you can see, the starter isn't your normal button starter. It's got the kill switch integrated onto it. You do have your caution lights and everything on here. And then you can switch through modes and things like that. I am sure there are some different modes that you can switch through as far as power modes go, because you can switch your ABS, your traction control, and wheelie control and stuff like that as well. So the screen is pretty much just how my Panigale 1199 screen is, as far as how it looks and the layout and everything like that. Now this does have a fuel gauge on it. That's always, you know, that always comes in handy. You know, there's nothing wrong with not having a fuel gauge. You can just kind of get used to when your gas light comes on, you know, depending on the mileage and stuff like that. I use like my little mileage counter, so when it gets to like 120 miles, usually the gas light comes on. And you got your gear indicator and things like that. It's a really nice screen. Oh man, wow. This thing gets up and moves. Oh, what's this guy doing? On the wrong way, man. All right, so like I said, man, overall feel on this bike feels really good. I could ride this for a while, have a lot of fun in the twisties, go on a long road trip, and still have like a nice premium looking bike, you know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the looks department goes, this thing looks really good. I am more of a sport bike guy. But man, there are some nakeds that look really nice. The Ducati Monster is one of them. I have been on a Triumph Speed Triple RS, man. That thing was super nice as well. Lots of bells and whistles that you get for the price, and everything. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this thing. It is super nice. Feels good. Holy moly. The beers are coming up. All right, we got that auto blip. Nice. All right, the mirrors are a little loose here, guys. But it's okay, they can be tightened. I forgot how much wind there was on these bikes. Okay, yeah, I forgot how much wind there is that hits you in the chest on these bikes. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to my sport bike. But don't fear if you know that's something you're worried about. It is, you know, it is what it is. When you're on a naked bike, you don't have a lot of protection in the front, you know, with a tall windscreen or anything like that. But you can get aftermarket windscreens for these bikes, and that'll combat some of the wind and stuff like that. So it's not a huge deal. Man, this thing is fast, man. All right, so that brings us to the power department. This thing is rocking an 1198cc motor. It's an L-twin, and it puts out about 147 horsepower and about 91 pound-feet of torque. So that's what you want to be, you know, concerned with right there, is the torque numbers on these bikes. That's what, you know, naked bikes mostly are known for. They're all torque monsters. And man, the front end will come up on you if you're not ready. All right, take this turn here. Yeah, not too shabby. I like it. Leans pretty nice. Yeah, this engine feels really nice. So like I said, lots of torque, decent amount of horsepower. This thing comes in at about, it's a little heavy, it's about 465 pounds, but that isn't a huge deal when you're out on the road. You really can't feel it all that much. And even when I was moving it around in the parking lot and everything, it wasn't a huge concern or anything like that.
Now, being able to touch the ground, you know, taller riders, we really don't have that much of an issue. This isn't really a tall bike, so I flat foot it quite nicely. So I think a shorter person will still, you know, be okay on this bike without having to like lower it down or anything like that. Now, this is definitely not a starter bike at all, in my opinion. You know, naked bikes can be good starter bikes, but if you're gonna go with a monster, go with a lower CC monster. Do not start with the 1200 because this thing is a beast. I definitely think this bike will compete with some of the other nakeds out there. Like I said, like the Triumph Speed Triple. I think it's a 1200 or 1290 RS. You have the MT10. What other ones you got out there? Let's see, what am I missing? You know, you got the KTM Duke and things like that. So I think if I had to choose a naked bike, man, I think Ducati would be one of the ones on my list for sure. So we covered the styling, man. You know, Ducati with their nice elegant touches that they put on their bikes. The color of this bike is really nice. Some of the other things with the S that I forgot to mention that you get, you know, like I said, you get the O-Link suspension, things like that. You do get some carbon pieces because you got that carbon fender up front, and then you do get the seat cover in the back is removable. So if you have a passenger, you can remove that and reveal the seat. And it's kind of the same thing that was on the Super Sport 950S. So that's a pretty cool feature. And really the big difference that I saw between the S model and the R model is that the R is up on horsepower, so it does have about 15 more ponies, a little bit more torque, and everything like that. There's probably a couple things that I'm missing, but this bike is not too shabby, man. All right, so the suspension on here does feel a little soft. Sure, you can adjust it, stiffen it up a little bit if you do plan to take this bad boy to the track at all or anything like that. But with the suspension being soft, it does make it for a more comfortable ride, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people probably will be riding this more around town and doing, you know, long rides and things like that. So soaks up some of the bumps in the road quite nicely. Sounds good, man, for the stock exhaust. All right, let's get off the bike and take one more look at her. One thing I don't like is this kickstand. It's kind of hard to get to. All right. Yeah, like I said, there's little bolts right here for the mirrors. You just gotta tighten up. They're just loose. That's why it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But here she is, man. The gold forks, like I said, the O-Link suspension, the Brembo brakes, the nice black trellis frame, the color. You get this carbon front fender and everything on here. The wheels look really nice. It's a nice looking bike, man. And then, like I said before, here's that cover that goes over the rear seat. So if you have a passenger, you can remove this, and they can ride as well. But yeah, guys, this is it. She's very nice, I must say. Let's hear that exhaust. Yeah, like I said, you put an aftermarket exhaust in this thing, man, it will sound very nice. All right, so I did figure out the power mode thing. So if you push the little enter button here where the turn signal button is, you have 3 modes. You have sport, touring, and urban. So, let's go back into that. So you can go down to touring, and they're already set up. You know, like I said before, you can change the ABS, the traction control, wheelie control, how the power mode, the engine, so it's on low, or you can change it to high, things like that. Same thing that's on my Panigale. And in the quick shifter, I think you can deactivate it and activate it. But right now, we're in sport mode, so we're just gonna leave it in sport. But, you know, if you're doing some touring, you know, some road trips, you could change it to that. And things of that nature. And yeah. I want to make sure I want to give you guys the right information on the power modes and stuff. And you may be able to go further into the menu and actually adjust some of those other settings individually for each mode. I know I can do that on my 1189, so I would not think that this is any different. Probably another question that may come up is how is the heat, because it is a Ducati, and right now it is about 70 degrees outside. I've been sitting in a little bit of traffic and it actually hasn't been too bad. Don't know how it would be, you know, in the warmer months, but so far, I mean, I haven't had too many complaints about the heat. And yeah, man, not a bad package. So if you guys are looking to get this specific bike, definitely head over to Fort Campbell Auto Sales. Shout out to them for allowing me to do a first ride on this bike. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more first ride videos. We're gonna have some more coming on a lot of other bikes here in the near future, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.